Hey, aloha everyone. Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and StandTogetherHawaii.com. I'm doing a call. This is an inner circle call that I send. It's a free call to my list. Anybody who joins Blossom Inner Wellness or Stand Together Hawaii gets an invitation to be here. And then this goes on to the recordings for the inner circle members. In that program, you actually have access to my detox program. That usually is about $240, but I put it for with this program. And you also have access to my Be Fit with Love workout program. That is a program where you have access to hundreds of workouts I filmed around the world with positive affirmations. Because my background is a fitness professional. I've been teaching fitness since 1996. It's something that has always really been in my heart. Not just because for me, it was just so much fun, but also because if you understand your health and how to stay healthy, and your energy is going to increase, your whole way of life is going to increase, you're going to be able to have um, the ability to have better relationships. Because if your health is not up to par, you're not going to have the energy and the what is the word? Well, it's energy, but it's also like a frequency with your relationships. You're going to stay in the same patterns. But when you actually have a clean, healthy body and you have energy and you're sleeping really well and you have really good gut health, you can actually have not just a better relationship with yourself, but also with other people. And then also have a more powerful way to manifest the things you want in your life. Because the powers that be, they don't want us to be healthy. They absolutely want us to be sick because it makes them more money, but also we don't have the power. We don't understand the power that we have, and we don't mess with their agenda. But when we are healthy and we are vibrant and we are feeling good, especially when we're feeling good, that actually screws with their plans. So we want to do that because this is a game, like I've always said, this is a game that we came to play together. And I think it's a game for our soul because this is just a vessel for the soul to come in to have a human experience. So as we go and have relationships with other people, I call it emotionally expand. Because when you have trauma with somebody, the only way you grow is through trauma. And that's how we grow. That's how people learn. It's like when you have a child and the terrible twos, that child's learning their boundaries. They're learning what they can do, what they can't do, what is going to give them love, and what is going to keep that from them. But when that child has trauma, then that actually starts to create their personality, and what that actually will go with them through their entire life. So this call is about how to stay healthy in chaotic times. This is the beginning of 2025, you guys. The LA burning down is the beginning of this year. This year is going to be a bumpy ride. And we've got this. We've totally got this. This is what we came for. So my goal to support you is to just give you some little bit of insights here and there of how to stay healthy, and how to stay with the most energy that you can have right now in this time, and how to see what is going to harm you and what's going to move you toward better health and move you toward disease. So that's my agenda for this call today. I'm going to just kind of give you guys my spiel, and then for those of you who have joined me live, I'll answer any questions that you have at the end. But the one thing I want to say about trauma, one other thing I want to say about emotional trauma is that it starts from your family lineage. So when you are in your mom's womb, you're a fetus growing in the mom's womb, becoming a baby, your heart starts beating in the womb, the frequency of your mom and the frequency of whoever else is around her, that frequency, because everything is frequency and everything is energy, that frequency is in the cells of your body as you're becoming a baby in your mom's womb. So if your family lineage went through the Great Depression, then that feeling of scarcity is going to be in every cell of your body. So as you start as a baby, your soul, this is my belief, you can take it on or not, that's fine, but your soul had a plan. It said, I'm going to come forth, I'm going to be born to these parents at this location on earth. That all started your frequency. I'm going to be born on this day at this time. That started a frequency. The zodiac, you know, a lot of times Christians say the zodiac is from the devil. Actually, the zodiac is in the Bible, and it says God gave us signals or signs in the heaven. It says God gave us signs in the heaven. What are the signs? The zodiac, because it's actually a certain frequency when you're in the time of the Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. The time of Scorpio is change, is transformation, and that is, you know, in November. I think it's the middle of October to the somewhere the end of November, something like that. But that's transformation time. The Aries, I believe, is in the summertime, and the just different times, it's different frequencies. So I don't want to get too off track, but I do want to say that it's really important for you that one of the first things is to stay healthy, is to start to get to know yourself. Start to get to know yourself, and finding if you saw the video I did yesterday, I was really like down on myself because of the testimony I did for the Hawaii General Plan. I wanted it to be better, but I was spazzing out and nervous and angry, and so I didn't do it as well. So I needed to forgive myself. And I know that that's a part of me, that type of passion when I speak in front of legislative, in front of county councils, city councils, and the planning commissioners. I get really intense. And for my own journey is for me to slow down and to calm down. So that's something I know about myself. So it's like one of the first things to really start to move toward health is, do you understand yourself, and are you willing to forgive the parts of you that you don't like? And I call that emotionally integrate, emotional integration. And what I mean by that is, for me, I put my hands on my heart and I say, Michelle, it's okay that you are not perfect in that interview, in that testimony. It's okay. That's a normal human way to be. You're not perfect is a normal human experience. And then what I do is I breathe deeply, give it 3 deep breaths. Your breath is really important, because right now we're all shallow breathing. Shallow breathing is stress. When things happen in your life, when you're stuck in traffic, if you have a story going on in your head about a situation that's not pleasant, you're shallow breathing. You start to breathe deeply into your diaphragm, then what happens is, and I usually close my eyes. You know, I changed my tagline to, when all else fails, go within. Go within. So you close your eyes, you're in, you're going in. That's, you can't see anything outside. So in fact, I'd invite you guys just to do this with me. Put your hands on your heart and just close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your human body. This is a human body. This is a normal human body. Everything you've experienced is part of your human journey. And just tell yourself, it's okay for me to be me. It's okay for all of the trauma that I've experienced in my life to be me, to be in my human body, because this is only a human experience. It's not good or bad or right or wrong. It's just a journey for my soul to experience. That's all this is. So I breathe in it 3 times, 3 deep breaths all the way down to your diaphragm. Give that a shot. And notice how different that feels than shallow breathing. 2 more times. Big deep breath all the way down to your belly. Let your whole rib cage expand. And then 1 more time. It's okay to be in this human body. It's okay to make mistakes. It's normal. It's part of the process. Excuse me. Exhale. And if you really let yourself feel that, what'll happen is the emotion will start to dissolve. That emotion, for me, that emotion of, oh, I wish I would have done better, starts to dissolve. I start to give myself a break. And that's one of the first things that you want to do when you're looking at your health. What is your relationship like with yourself? Are you constantly putting yourself down? Are you constantly making yourself wrong? Uh, doing that practice will change so much. It'll change the frequency in your body. So that's the first thing I want to share with you guys, is to let yourself be a normal human being without being perfect. You can't be perfect. I obviously can't be perfect. But what we can do is we can fully appreciate our journey as just that, a journey with emotional trauma that starts from your ancestral line. And then adds onto it as you're a child and you go through your life. You're adding on trauma. So the first thing is start to get to know yourself. When I do programs for my End Dieting Hell program, the first thing I say is the first thing I do is tell people, don't diet and exercise. We're not going to exercise and talk about nutrition the first week at all. I don't even think we do it until like week 3, because the first thing is I have them journal and write down what are your emotional, the highest emotional frequency that makes you use. Like for me, is the passion that I have around the work that I do. So I write down intensity. The first thing about my personality is I can be really intense. So I just write that down. That's not right. That's not good. That's not bad. It's not wrong. It's just a frequency. So I invite you guys for this week, really get to know yourself without making yourself wrong. We've been programmed by the media, by movies, by all television to make ourselves wrong with the way that we look, wrong in the way how we feel. And so this week, can you go through your week? This is kind of a challenge. Can you go through your week just noticing your personality and start to write it down? Because yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was really sad in the morning. I recently went to a new location and I just was going, wow, I'm so sad. And I realized I was sad because I was missing, my whole life was changing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's sad. And that's a normal reason to be sad. So I just kind of just breathed into it and let myself be sad. We've been the other thing that we're programmed to do is not feel. Our feelings are really powerful, really powerful. In fact, your feelings are connected to the empty space that's around us. This is a frequency field. We are walking through frequency. And this frequency field is full of infinite possibilities. This frequency field is in every cell of your body. And when you feel, that is the communication to the field. That's how important your feelings are. Your feelings are so important. So it's like, let yourself feel whatever you're feeling and don't fix it. Don't make it right or wrong or good or bad. Just let it be you. This is a part of me. I'm sad right now. I'm frustrated right now. Whatever it is, I'm angry. And let yourself feel it in your 3 deep breaths. So that's the practice. First practice. That's the first practice. The second one is journal. Get to know yourself without making yourself wrong. We judge, we're the worst critic of ourselves. Our negative self-talk, we wouldn't say these things to anybody else, but yet we say them to ourselves. So can you even let that part of you be okay? The part of you that puts yourself down. I have it too. The part of me that puts myself down. I'm feeling insecure. I have thin hair, and I see these girls with the beautiful long hair, and I'm like, oh, I'd love that long hair, but my hair's thin, so I cut it short because it's easier to take care of, and it's not looking all weird. So I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay to be a little envious of beautiful women with beautiful long hair, and I just breathe in through that. That's just part of my journey. So those are the two things I want to say. Let it be okay to be you, to have your own experience in life. And those two things right there will start to shift your frequency toward better health. Because there's 3 things that cause disease. 1, emotional trauma in your body moves you toward disease versus health. So when you actually fully embrace that emotional trauma without trying to fix it and you let it be a part of you, it's just a part of me. It's okay. And you breathe fully into it, full deep breath. That starts to change it, starts to dissolve it. And then the other second thing around health, what causes disease, is toxicity. So one of the first things that I go to when I get sick is activated charcoal. Everyone should have activated charcoal in their medicine cabinet. You start to get a sniffle, you start to get a headache, you start to not feel good, take activated charcoal. All it is a teaspoon in your cup. You can't really overdose on activated charcoal. And what is it? Pulls out toxins, pulls out poison. There was a goose, I'll never forget this, a goose at this one farm I was at, and the goose got into some medication that was in the trash. And that goose was going to die. That goose could barely walk. It could barely lift its head up. And we were forcing activated charcoal down its body. We were forcing it down its throat. And the next day it was fine. The next day it was absolutely fine because that activated charcoal pulled the medicine out of its body. And that is, we have not been told, I have to be careful with my words here because this is going on my YouTube, but we have not been told the truth about what the feeling of being healthy really is, and the symptoms of being sick. They don't have to do with things like a VIR, and then after that is US. They have to do with the body releasing toxins. The word virus in Latin means toxin. Is that a surprise? Is that a coincidence? I think it's very interesting. So when you have sniffles, your body, or a headache or a fever, what's happening with the fever? Your body temperature is rising. It's the body's trying to kill off something. Isn't that amazing? Like, your body is so incredible. It's so incredible. We haven't been told the magic, the true magic of this human body. Your heart started beating before you were born. It started beating in your mom's womb before you were even born. Your heart, and this is kind of off topic, but I'm going to bring it back around. Your heart has neurites, which are the same as neurons. Like the brain has neurons, it can think and remember and learn. So can your heart. And your heart talks to your brain, and your body talks to your brain. It's triangle. It's like they always say, the Trinity. Your body's you being alive is a Trinity. It's connected to your heart, which is connected to your higher self, which talks to your brain, which talks to your body, and vice versa. It all goes in a circle. So the other thing I want to share about your body is that your body it learns things, and it stays in the consciousness. This is how you can drive a car without having to learn every single day how to repeat and drive the car, how to learn how to tie your shoes. Because what happens is, this is so amazing. The cells of your body learns how to drive the car, then you don't have to think about it because the body is conscious. It's driving the car while your brain is thinking about something else. That's how amazing your body is. Your body, and this is also the problem with the fact of, I'll just give weight loss for an example, because that's where I'm an expert at. The reason why people who struggle with weight always sabotage themselves is because the frequency of liking their body and living in a body they love isn't there. It doesn't feel normal. What feels normal in the body, because the body is a frequency, your emotions are a frequency, what feels normal is not liking the body, not always feeling like they have to lose weight, not always feeling like putting themselves down with their body image. So if a woman, I usually work with women, but I have worked with men, trained firefighters once. But anyway, what happens is a woman loses weight, and then it's never good enough. She has this feeling of anxiety. She's got to get on the scale every morning, right? That is because the body is emotionally conditioned to keeping her overweight, to keeping her what feels normal. I don't like my body. There's something I have to lose more. I have to lose weight. It's always about weight, but it's actually not. It's not about nutrition, not about exercise. It's about emotional trauma that stays in the body. So with that person, what I would do is I would have her do the same exercise I just gave you guys, which is putting your hands on your heart, letting it be okay to feel anxiety around her weight. Let it be okay. Feel the anxiety, and this is what I would practice. I would have her do is I would say, it's okay to feel this. There's nothing right or wrong or good or bad. This is a normal human feeling. It's okay to feel anxiety around my weight. And then I'd have her breathe 3 times into her breath, into her body, and that would start to dissolve it. And those are the 3 things. Those are the 2 things again that I wanted to share around that. The other one again is activated charcoal. Get that in your medicine cabinet. And when you start to get sick, let me give you an example. I went to Hilo. I was in Hilo with a friend, and we both went to this one tea was a garden. It was a Japanese garden. Beautiful. And we're walking around talking story. And then the next day, both of us had aches from head to toe, both of us. Like I've never gotten sick like that. It was achy from head to toe, and I don't get sick very often. So what did I do? Activated charcoal, vitamin C, quercetin, and ivermectin. And I did especially activated charcoal every single hour. By the next day, I had a slight headache. And the third day, nothing. Completely back to normal. So activated charcoal should always be in your medicine cabinet. The number one organ that you want to keep healthy is your gut. Your gut is your second brain. Your gut has 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. That's how important your gut is. And the reason for that is because a lot of times when you're eating not so great food, it'll actually make small micro tears in your intestinal lining. That's what leaky gut is. And then what happens is your immune system, it can start to attack itself, and that's what autoimmune disease is all about. So I got a V once in my 30s, and it was for the flu. And then I remember leaving the CVS and going, this is really weird. I'm putting a man-made uh, DRU, and then after that, G. I'm just being careful, really careful, because I've been I've had so many of my videos taken down because of certain things. But anyway, so 3 months later, I had psoriasis. I got psoriasis on my knee, and it was a quarter shape, and it was there for like 15 years. I could not get rid of it, and it itched so bad. If I ate things like corn chips or any GMO foods, it would itch so bad. And I would actually make holes in my pants scratching it. So all of a sudden, like I'm big on detoxing. I do detoxes about 3 to 5 times a year. And all of a sudden it was gone. I tried everything for this, you guys. It was 15 years of this psoriasis, this quarter-sized psoriasis on my knee. And I tried everything, dragon's blood. I mean, anything anybody would say. I even did a steroid cream for a little bit of time, and it barely helped. And then finally, I was always detoxing, and all of a sudden, I looked down and it's gone. And I didn't even know which detox it was because I completely forgot about it. And so that's how important detoxing is. It's really important. But the gut, your gut is vital to keep healthy. And how you keep it healthy, especially after as we age, digestive enzymes with each meal. Digestive enzymes, really, really important to have a digestive enzyme with each meal, especially lunch and dinner. Especially lunch and dinner. One digestive enzyme, you can get it at the natural food store. All this information is also on the detox program that I run. If you guys want to join my inner circle, you will have access to that. And it includes all of these supplements that you need to detox your body. The inner circle is only 15 bucks a month or 150 for the year. But you can go to Blossom Inner Wellness, join Blossom Inner Wellness, the PMA, and then log on, click on more programs, and join my inner circle. And the inner circle gives you access to the detoxes that I do, and also my Be Fit program, and also live workouts. I do a live workout every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and you can join that with me. The workouts that I do for Be Fit are endurance toning workouts, so they're for us older people. I'm 52, and those are the workouts that I do. So you guys can check that out at blossominnerwellness.com. So I want to make sure that, oh, and then the last thing I wanted to share is that what will help your energy is, this isn't a surprise, water. You guys, this is really cool. We are 70% water. We are the same percentage, the body is the same percentage of water as the earth. That's not a mistake. That's not a coincidence. Okay. We're the same. We're actually this, I believe we're the cells of the planet. We're the conscious cells of the planet. We're connected to her. We're actually connected to her way more than we realize. This is why when you get in nature, you put your feet on the grass called grounding, or you touch a tree. I just go and touch a tree and just breathe and listen to the sounds of the earth with the birds and everything. There's something that happens as your body completely calms down. It completely calms down. That's not It's not by accident. We're the consciousness of the earth. The one thing that's going to stay here when we die is this body. This body stays, our frequency, our energy goes on to wherever, whatever you want to believe that to be. But that's all, that's not an accident. So so those are the things that I wanted to share today to stay healthy in a chaotic time. One, let yourself feel your emotions and don't make them wrong. This is a practice for myself. I'm not always perfect at this either, because I was putting myself down for that testimony that I did at the Hawaii General Plan. But then you just come back to it. It's like, okay, Michelle, that's all right. It's okay to not be to know you could have done better. That's normal. Breathe through that. So it's let yourself feel your emotions. But I do want to say with that, don't let it be a whole day thing. You don't want to be sad or put yourself down for the whole day. It's like, no, it's okay that I feel this. Breathe into it. There's nothing wrong or right or good or bad. This is just a feeling. It's just an experience. Journal. So this is just a recap. Journal and get to know yourself. There's a reason why you are who you are. It is not a mistake. I love the sticker that I have that's right in front of me when I do my dishes. It says the universe needs you or you wouldn't be here. The universe needs you or you wouldn't be here. You are exactly who you're supposed to be. The frequency of who you are makes a difference in the world. When you walk into a room, you change the frequency of the room just by being you. Your frequency matters. So get to know yourself and yeah, get to know yourself. So the journaling. The other thing, excuse me, is activated charcoal in your medicine cabinet. Make that a go-to for yourself if you get sick. Really helpful. Drinking more water. I usually have like a jug or a jar, and I try to at least drink 2 or 3 of those a day. Doesn't always happen, obviously, but I put, if you don't like the taste of water, put lemon in it. Lemon's a natural detox. So that would be a really good thing, or lime. Lime also as well. And then let me see here. Activated charcoal, just making sure I got everything. Water. Oh, and then your gut. You got to keep your gut healthy. If you that'll move you toward disease, not having a healthy gut. And how you know if you have a healthy gut? How many times are you eliminating solid waste? It should be 3 to 4 times a day. Yeah, everybody, 3 to 4 times a day is normal. I sometimes have people say 1 or none. That's an issue. That means something's clogged up. When you have a meal, it should take about it's usually about 6 to 6, I think it's 6 to 8 hours before you should have a bowel movement. But so that's going to tell you, it's like, okay, and then look at it in the detox that I have. You can actually see all the colors that tell you, and this is a little bit of poopy information, but and then also the form of it matters. So you'll see that if you're on that program, taking that program. So those are the things I wanted to share. Digestive enzyme with your meals. Any questions about your own health or anything I shared about or anything you guys want to talk about? Anybody, just raise your hand. Ken and Laura, you guys got your video on. Listen, I'll ask you to unmute if you have any questions. I can't hear you. So check your little microphone.
Okay,
Oh, there we
yeah.
go. There we
Well,
go.
thanks for the information because I like your discussion about detoxing because I think that's for us elderly people for decades of toxification, it really makes a difference. I've noticed that as well. So thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's so true because they, and I hate saying they, but it is they. It's these you guys, I think it's these satanic demons from the Canaanite line. I mean, I think this is biblical. I think it goes the Canaanite line, the Khazarian Empire, the Babylonians, all the way down to the Zionists and the Jesuits that were created by the Pope. But anyway, that's another topic.
Another topic.
Another time. Did anybody else? Love, do you have a question?
Yes, I mean, I totally support what you said. And I just want to say that, like, I started recently taking this papaya enzyme, and it's like little like supplements, but it helps so much with my digestive system, with everything. It's just miracle. So I'm glad you mentioned this, and it's kind of sweet and nice. It's like you have a little candy after meal, but it really helps you. So I totally agree with you about digestive enzymes. And also, I want to say, that it's so important that you mentioned all the stuff about emotions. And like I watched your last video, and I can feel how angry you was at this moment. And I was really angry and I am very angry kind of when I think about this, what's happening in Hawaii, on Maui, on Big Island now. And your anger is kind of go into your action, your words. You can find the words, your tone. So that's what just proving that our emotions and our feelings, they kind of provokes our behavior. So it's very important to learn how to deal with our emotions in our first place, and then like with our feelings, because it will all reflect in our behavior. So this is the big thing. And I don't know if you heard something about asemic writing. Asemic writing. So I think this is when you're writing something without really writing, but you can put all your feelings and emotions in this writing. It doesn't have to be as a letter. It don't have to be a letter. So you can put all your emotion in this asemic writing before you go to a meeting, and then whatever, burn this, just torn apart, and maybe just leave these emotions there. And it's like kind of tangible piece, which you remember that when you go to the meeting and testify, which is super difficult, and I admire you for doing this, but you will be just, logic, strong, and don't just go with your emotions. But thank you, Michelle, for doing this. You are the warrior. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Mahalo. We're all warriors to be here at this time in history. Oh my gosh. And you know what? It's like I do the frontline work, and then other people do the work that they're supposed to do. Auntie Calais, who just got on, she's brilliant in understanding the history of Hawaii, and she's schooled me in so much of it, and I really appreciate that, because I didn't know
Thank
when I
you.
first got here, Hawaii is not a state. I didn't know that. Nobody, us normal people who live on the mainland, we had no clue. So appreciate that, Auntie Calais. Any other questions on, did you want to just say thank you for sharing, love?
Thank you so much.
About the recommended.
Joseph,
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how.
go
I
ahead.
don't know how to raise my hand.
Oh, we got you. You're on. I can see you.
What's the number one supplement you mentioned?
Oh, well, activated charcoal for when you get sick, and then digestive enzymes when you're having your meals.
I've been doing some chlorella as well. What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is just about your gut. There's a whole, you guys, I have like a handful of supplements. If you go to the detox program on the Blossom Inner Wellness, you will actually see a lot of the supplements that I take, that remind people to take afterwards, because you have to think of your body as a battery. What does it need? It needs minerals. What is a battery? That's one of the things. In fact, if you have teeth, you start to lose your teeth. It's because your body is actually, I believe, I can't say it's because, I can say it's more than likely because your body is pulling minerals out of your teeth to give it to other organs. So the body, if you don't have your nutritionist, and that was the third thing about disease, is not having the right vitamins and minerals in your body. So the first one that moves you toward disease is emotional trauma that's not integrated. And by integration, I mean just fully embrace it as a part of you. Don't try to fix it or make it right or wrong, because you try to fix it or make it right or wrong, you're going to keep it stuck. You're saying there's something wrong with me to have this feeling, when it's just a feeling. It's just a frequency. There's nothing wrong about it. So stuck emotions move you toward disease. Toxicity move you toward disease, and then not having the adequate vitamins and minerals in your body. Those are the three top things that this one guy who wrote Never Be Sick Again, and his name is escaping me right now. It's a book you can get on Amazon, Never Be Sick Again. It's a really good book. But those are the 3 top things that he has found that move you toward disease. So digestive enzymes with each meal. And then, yeah, there's a whole slew of different supplements that you could take. Joseph, anything else you want to add to that? And then Auntie Kalei will go to you.
I take a whole handful of all kinds of things. I've been doing
Yep,
glucose, and I've been doing zinc and a little bit of copper and different things. I try to eat whole foods mostly. A lot of
good.
green vegetables.
Yep. Yes, you're on the right track. If you're not we all should be supplementing because the food just doesn't have the vitamins and minerals that it used to have. So, but we're doing the best we can. And then also be kind to yourself and if you don't have the money for it, be kind to yourself around that because that's also an emotional frequency, trauma that stays in your body around money. There's a whole, I should do a whole talk about abundance as well because I've manifested some crazy stuff in my life. And we all can. This is why they want to keep us afraid, you guys, because when we're afraid, then we don't manifest what it is we really want, which is freedom, peace, harmony, love in our life, abundance, all of it. Because we are really freaking powerful. We are way more powerful. But if they keep us afraid, then we can't manifest what we want. So I want to mute you, Joseph. Well, is there anything else, Joseph, did you want to say? Oh, I muted you. Sorry. I'll ask you to unmute and then I'll go to Auntie Kalei. Sorry about that. I should have asked that first.
I noticed
There we go.
that I've been going through some retrospective. I'm 76 years old and I'm still relatively healthy, but I've had some issues with going to the doctor. It seems like every time I go to the doctor, I feel worse. So I've been thinking about not even going to the doctor anymore, and not even to listening to them. But anyway, I for one part of my life, I was a fruit.
Oh, Praetorian. Is it me that froze or is it okay? You guys are moving. Oh, you're breaking up, Joseph. I cannot hear you. I don't know. It sounds like it might be dropping Joseph here. Okay. Auntie
Uh,
Kalei, you want to? Oh, go ahead. Joseph, you're breaking up, friend. All right. You're breaking up. All right, we're gonna go to Auntie Kalei, and then Joseph will come back to you. Hopefully, that can work out. Auntie Kalei, you had your hand up?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got it.
I'm sorry if I went before the people that had I don't know how to use that emoji or that icon. But anyway, my name is Kalei Kaili Kini. I'm 76 years old, and I've been studying naturopathic healing for this year. October will be 25 years. It'll be 24 years. I'm sorry, 24 years. And so in the back of me, my bookcase is just loaded with naturopathic healing remedies, information on remedies I've studied, the best of the best. And what brought why I'm speaking up is because you brought up that our bodies are batteries, and that's actually correct. That was determined by Dr. Jerry Tennant. So this is the book. This is the book. And you can't see the title, but it says Healing is Voltage. Healing is voltage. Okay. So Dr. Jerry Tennant, he's now 83 years old, and he was studying electrical healing. That's where I'm at now. I'm on to studying electrical healing. And another portion of that is scalar energy. So Dr. Tennant also wrote a book on scalar, but there are others that were, really into scalar, and that's the area I'm going into. But going back to our bodies, our batteries, it actually is. And the batteries are our muscles. So Dr. Jerry Tennant found out that the muscles in our bodies are our batteries. And he has developed devices to measure the voltage in our human batteries. And so the human battery has to be opposite of a car battery. So guys know that a car battery, in order for the car to operate, it has to be 120 volts. And that's a positive. And the human body, it has to be a minus. and it's between minus 25 to minus 50 in that range. So the muscles in our bodies, and I went to massage school to learn anatomy. I didn't go to learn massage, but to learn the anatomy. And I also study acupuncture, and I get acupuncture treatments. So the acupuncture, this is what Dr. Tennant learned, that the acupuncture pressure points, the meridians, the 12 meridians, 6 that run from the top of our heads down to our toes, is the 6 meridians, front and back. And so we study about root canals being dangerous because they run through the meridians. That's the reason why. And so it's in depth. But going back to just having a little bit of an understanding about the body is a battery. It's your muscles. And those pressure points where the acupuncturists insert the needles are the ancient Chinese way, 5,000 years old, of bringing the electrons or electricity into the body through those needles. And these needles are metal, which transmit, right? They transmit electricity, and electricity is in the air. God put it in the air. It's called the electromagnetic field. Okay. That's a safe electricity, not the cell phone towers, not what they're doing with the cell phone towers. So what God created, the electromagnetic field, is the safe electricity that is compatible with the human being, with the human body, because the human body is electrical. And the book that was written on that was by Dr. Robert O. Becker. He's a orthopedic surgeon, and he was studying electrical healing because he passed away already because he's from the old days. He was studying veterans that came out of the war and they lost their limbs, and he was studying a way for them to regenerate the limbs, the fingers, the toes, the hand, the legs, because he studied salamanders and found that that's the only creature pretty much on the planet that can regenerate any part of its body. So he felt that if he studied the salamanders, he could find a way to help our veterans. So you see, it's all good intentions that start these guys off. So that's what I wanted to add to the mix is
Yeah, thank you.
electrical healing.
Yeah, mahalo for that. It's
rising up.
yeah. And then when you integrate emotional trauma by fully that actually raises your frequency too. That's why I started with that. Because your emotional trauma, it creates who you are, but it also is part of your energy field. So awesome. That was great information.
To close on the talk about electrical healing, just have people understand that the Dr. Becker wrote a book, Body Electric, the body is electric, and your heart and your brain is one of the areas that is fully electrical operating. So we have to be very cautious, and we have to be more active about the 5G and the electromagnetic frequencies that are happening with our cell phones, iPads, computers. It's very, very important to understand the dangers. So I'm just putting a pitch for that, but it's because I've learned about that our bodies are electrical. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, and the heart is actually more electrical and more magnetic than the
Correct.
brain.
Correct.
That's why it's like we can manifest things when we get into our heart. How I have manifested crazy stuff is by getting really happy about having that in my life. And I remember when I really wanted to go to Australia, big old long story, make a long story short, I actually had a plane ticket to Australia. 3 weeks prior, I didn't have somebody to teach my fitness classes, and I really didn't have the money I also wanted to go to Bali to do all these things. And then I just got into complete gratitude of how exciting it's going to be when I go, how I have a trainer, da 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 da. And a week later, my first trainer who I ever hired called me and said, Michelle, I need work. I quit my job. Do you have any classes for me? And then 2 personal training clients hired me and paid me up front for 3 months. And I was just like, yeah, so it's going to happen just in a way that you cannot think, you cannot imagine. You will not be able to guess how it will work out. And you're not supposed to. So that's awesome. That's great. Thank you, Calais. The Body Electric.
Yeah, here's the book. You can't, it's backwards, but it's the book by Dr. Robert O. Becker, and it's called the body electric. And so also a tidbit or to add to that, there's a doctor, I don't know if you listen to his talks, Dr. Jack Cruz, Kruse. Please go to Rumble and find his interviews, Dr. Jack Cruz. He is a neurosurgeon. And I listened to him because he was talking all about this and Dr. Becker, and he's in his 50s. I'm 76, and he met Dr. Becker. That's what blew
Nice.
me away. He was doing his residency for brain surgery, I believe, in Louisiana, Tulane. There's a couple of universities. And when he was doing his residency for brain surgery, and he's pretty awesome brain surgeon, very well known. The high-end people use him, but he's like us. He's on the same path as us, you know, freedom for the United States, medical freedom, the whole thing. But I listened to him because he read all the books on Dr. Becker, met Dr. Becker. He's in his mid-50s, younger than my daughter. And I said, how the heck does he know all of this information that I've been studying since the early 1990s? He knows all about the JFK assassination. I was blown away. So anyway, good, interesting man to listen to because he's explaining in his talks what makes us sick. And that's the blue lights and the frequencies coming out of the screens, your iPad screens, your computer screens, your iPhone screens. The CIA invented this technology and they had it put in there. And guess where they started the blue light technology to dumb us down? Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas, the
Oh,
casinos,
yeah.
the casinos.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Wouldn't doubt it. Yep. Well, mahalo for that. Thank you for that. Any last questions before we do a prayer, you guys? Anybody? Okay. All right. So just a reminder, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you can go to Blossom Inner Wellness and join the private membership association. You will get a link to these free calls that I do weekly. I'm still kind of debating on the best time and day, but I'm guessing it's either going to be Friday morning or Sunday. And then if you want to join my inner circle, you'll get all these recordings as well as access to the detox program I run and my Be Fit program, which is workouts from around the world and live workouts with me on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So 7, 8, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, let's do a quick prayer. Infinite Creator of all things. Wow, this is such a journey we're on. We just give so much gratitude to this amazing human body that you created. It's not a mistake. It wasn't random how much the efficiency of this human body. Billions and billions of processes are happening right now as I speak in this human body just to keep me alive. And I'm just so grateful for that. The heart is pumping a gallon of blood through miles and miles of veins throughout my body right now in this present moment. In this present moment, my lungs are expanding and contracting, all without me having to tell it how to do it and have a to-do list. Everything is being done for me to have a human experience. And Great Spirit, we just give so much gratitude because this really is a game. This whole world, even though we see atrocities like the LA fires and the Maui fire and what happened in North Carolina and East Palestine and Ohio, Great Spirit, we just know that the truth is unfolding and that it cannot stay hidden anymore, and that those who do not value human life, who do not value our children and the safety of our children, who do not value freedom, who do not value people's private property, that they are bound, that we bind them right now, Great Spirit. We bind them with the light and love and frequency of truth, that they cannot do any more harm. And right now, Great Spirit, we give so much gratitude for any weapons that were to destroy and attack innocent people. This includes in war and out of war that is being done right now. We just know, Great Spirit, that those weapons don't work anymore, or that the people in charge of them, their hearts are turned, and that they don't pull the trigger, don't press the button. And they say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, not to do this to my ohana, my human family. We give so much gratitude right now, Great Spirit, to all light beings who chose to be here at this time to help bring the truth forth that this world can be what it's meant to be, a place of harmony and love for all sentient beings. We see that now, Great Spirit. We see this world where people wake up and they get excited about their day because they're going to get to do what they love to do, not what they have to do, but what they love to do. And that people's relationships with each other are growing in more and more love and peace and forgiveness. We see this for moms and dads, for brothers and sisters. We see this for aunties and uncles. We see this for all people, all families. We also call forth this peace and harmony for strangers, people who just don't know each other and they meet for the first time to have a short human experience, that it be peaceful and that it be filled with light and love for each other, Great Spirit. We give so much gratitude for our guides that always guide us to doing our kuleana, what is ours to do in this world right now. And we know, Great Spirit, that we have the courage to do whatever it takes because you are in every cell of our body. You are the infinite creator that is moving the sun across the sky, running the tides in the ocean, guiding the honeybees to their flower. You're beating our hearts and breathing our bodies, and you're giving us any courage that we need, more than enough, to do what is ours to do at this time. Because this world is becoming a better place and we get to see it. We get to watch it unfold. We know that legions of angels are always with us and always guiding us, always protecting us. That those who are in power that want to harm people, that they are peaceably removed, or if needed, taken away in handcuffs, or peaceably stepping down. We get to watch as it unfolds. And we give so much gratitude for that because that feels so good to see this world becoming a better place. We know it is done, Great Spirit. Thank you so much. And so it is. Sending you guys so much love and aloha. Thanks for
Amen.
joining me. I'll let you guys know when the next one is. And maybe if you guys email me and say which day is better for you. Friday mornings, it would be about 8 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, 9:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Sunday. So just send me an email. Let me know, hey, Michelle, this is the best time for me. And I'll see which ones I have the most of, and we'll make that happen. All right. Aloha, everyone. Mahalo.